Morning folks, welcome to another daily devotional. I'm going to take you this morning to the first book of Samuel and to the very first chapter. Here in this portion of God's Word we are told of the family life of Elkanah. He was married to Hannah, his first wife, who over time was unable to give Elkanah a child. Elkanah, as was the practice in those days, although that didn't make it right, he took to himself another wife, a woman by the name of Peninnah, and Peninnah was able to bear children, and she had a number of children to Elkanah. Every year the family went up to Shiloh to worship God. Hannah was very distressed that she was unable to conceive and to have a child. And in chapter 1 and verse 11, while she's at Shiloh, she goes and prays to God. And this is what she said. She vowed a vow and said, O Lord of hosts, if thou wilt indeed look on the affliction of thine handmaid, and remember me, and not forget thine handmaid, but wilt give unto thine handmaid a man child, then I will give him unto the Lord all the days of his life, and there shall be no razor come upon his head. Hannah had suffered for years being barren. It must have made it even more difficult whenever Peninnah proved to be so fertile, having several children. And Hannah, when she went up to Shiloh to worship God, she knew that she had to pour her heart out to God, and as she does so, she asks God to look on her affliction. She knew that her circumstances were such that God was not untouched by them. She knew that she could take this terrible burden that she had and bring it before and cast it upon God. Isn't that what the psalmist says in Psalm 55? Cast your burden on the Lord and he will sustain you. So Hannah says to God, look upon my affliction. Lord, pay attention to what is happening. Lord, show compassion to me. Show mercy to me. She brought her affliction to the Lord. And brethren, we can do the same. Some of you listening to this devotional are going through, have gone through, or in time will find yourselves going through times of trial. Times when you feel distressed, afflicted, worried, troubled. It's part and parcel of human experience in this fallen world. What do? We can do what Hannah did. We can go to God and we can pray to God and say, Lord, look upon my affliction, casting our burden on the Lord, asking him to deal with it. And once we cast our cares upon the Lord, leave them with him. We're familiar, I'm sure, with the words of Joseph Scriven whenever he wrote the words of what a friend we have in Jesus. Oh, what needless pain we bear, all because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. Hannah was a woman who brought her affliction to God. Let us, like her, if we're in affliction, say to the Lord, Lord, look upon my affliction. And as Peter says, quoting the 55th Psalm, cast all your anxieties on him because he cares for you. May God bless these thoughts to our hearts this morning, and may they be a source of strength to us in the days ahead. God bless you all.